Welcome to part 30, automatic daily updates with a cron job. So in order for our dashboard to be updated with the most recent data, we must run this update.py file on a daily basis. And the way to do this on Linux machines is to schedule a task with this cron software. And to schedule a task, we're going to use this cron tab editor, which allows us to specify the precise time when a task will be run, and then the command that will get executed. So there's a little bit of syntax, and it takes a little bit of time to understand what the syntax is. So here is what will be placed inside of the cron tab editor. This is exactly what we're going to do. The first 5 pieces of information determine when this task will be scheduled, and I'll cover that in a little bit. And the second piece is the command that will get executed, and that dot is included as part of the syntax. So let's cover what these 5 pieces of information are, and actually shows up in the editor when you launch it using this command right here. So you'll see that in just a second. So the first piece of information is the minute of when you want the task to run. So it needs to be a number between 0 and 59. Then the hour, the day of the month, and then the day of the week. So you can supply all these pieces of information, and there's ways to supply multiple hours or minutes as well. And if you would like, you can look into more about the cron syntax. It's not so difficult, but it's easy to get confused and accidentally, run tasks more frequently or less frequently than you intend to. So for our particular task, we're going to say at minute 0 of hour 6. So at 6 a.m., and this is UTC, star says at all of those values. So if you see a star, it means at every single one of those values. So every single day of the month, every single month, every single day of the week. It will run this command, which this dot just means to execute this shell script right here. So let's take a look at before we talk about the script, let's go look at this website called crontab.guru. So I think this is a nice website to understand, like, what does the cron tab syntax mean and what am I actually scheduling for? So for ours, we are saying, we can double check this, at 6:06. So it means at 6 a.m. and this is when the next time will run. If we said the minute as star, they'll say at every minute past hour 6. So 6 o'clock, 6:01, 6:02, and so forth. We could give it, we could say this is 0 and this is star. So it would be minute 0 at every hour. So this is the next time it will be. You could give it at a specific day, like just say the 10th of the month at minute 0 of every hour, and so forth. So I think this website, crontab.guru, can really help you be precise with when you want your task scheduled. And you can see here there's other syntax besides just the integers that you can supply. You can supply a list, a range of values. You can step as well. So you can be pretty specific. You can't go up to the seconds, but it should give you a lot of flexibility to schedule tasks at precise times. Okay, so let's go back over here and take a look at this shell script that will be executed. So it's very simple. The first thing that will happen, number 1 is look at its location. It's inside of our Corona directory. So this is part of what we already uploaded. So it's update.sh, not .py. So it's going to cd into our Corona directory, and then it's going to run update.py. So I'm not going to activate the virtual environment for this. We'll just grab the Python that's part of the virtual environment and run it like this. So you could activate the environment first, but you can also just directly call the Python in that environment. So it'll run update.py. It will redirect output. So this is what this little command is. So any output that comes from Python or comes from the running of update.py will go into this file. So we're going to actually create this file in the next step. We haven't created it yet, so we're going to put it where all the other logs are. And this says to redirect errors as well as just normal logs to this file. So this will contain any like printed statements in update.py. It'll also contain errors there, the standard errors as well as the standard output. So after we've run this, then we'll actually have to restart our restart our service. So that's that systemd service that we created with this command, and that's it. So it'll update the data, run all the models for all the countries, and then it'll restart the service. And if you have any errors, they will appear. If you have errors in the specific command, like during the update, not during the application running, it'll appear in this log. So you have to look in this log specifically to find those errors. So let's go ahead and create this. We haven't actually created it yet. So to go into the editor, you do cron tab -E, and I'm going to copy what we're going to paste in there. So let's go over here, cron tab -E. So we're going to choose the nano editor. It tells you it's the easiest one. And then let's just arrow down over here, and we will paste what we're going to run. So our little cron tab syntax at 6 a.m. of every day. This is UTC time zone. So we're going to save this, make sure we save it. And then you will get this little message. So it's installing the new cron tab. So that's great. So you'll have to check back at 6 a.m. and you can see the current date and time on Linux systems with this date command. So right now it is 5, but it's PM. So it'll get run in another 12 hours, and it tells you UTC right there. A little more than 12 hours. All right, so the last thing we need to do is actually create this log file. And the way to create files is with this touch command. So create an empty file. It'll go in that normal var/log directory, and we'll call it coronacron.log. And then to check it in the future, you can just run this command. If there are any errors, you can go ahead and look at it. So this will be separate than the application errors. It'll be running on its own and using something different than systemd. So this is using cron, whereas with Unicorn we use systemd. All right, so that wraps it up for these automatic daily updates with a cron job.